Arlo Cheng, I've got a message for the economic freedom fighters. Fighters, you no longer have a deputy president. Floyd Shivambu is now history. The CIC said that he is not going to appoint an acting deputy president up until the third elective conference in December. So that means that they are putting this issue of deputy president on ice. I am advising against that. I'm saying let a dialogue begin. Let's start talking about who must step up. The EFF has got so many great leaders, but most of them need to step up their character, their stature to the public and the ground forces to give those people confidence that they are able to fill in those big shoes of Floyd Shivambu. One of those people that I believe can fill those shoes is Usesi Omphile Maotwe. If Omphile changes the gear a little bit on a political career, I believe she can show women that they are more than capable to leading the economic freedom fighters behind, of course, the CIC. Is this the right time for her to come out of the shell, to leave the Treasurer General and step up to a bigger office? What do you guys think? Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Revolutionary greetings to commissars, fighters, and all progressive forces of the left across the world. My name is Omphile Maotwe and I'm the Treasurer General of the EFF. I would like to invite you to join us as I will be facilitating the reading of our next book, which is 23 Things They Don't Tell You About Capitalism. This is a 2010 book authored by Mr. Chang, who is originally from South Korea but currently living in the UK as a lecturer. This is one of the many sessions we've been having as the EFF under the theme EFF Book Club since the lockdown was announced by the President of the Republic. And this is mainly motivated by what the former President of Burkina Faso once said, Comandante Thomas Sankara, when he said, "A soldier without political and ideological training is a potential criminal." We therefore invite you to join us. Let's read together, let's educate one another, let's capacitate each other. We will be going live in the next 3 days. Please join us online. Send us your comments on WhatsApp 084 440 8948 or email us on communications@effonline.org. Until then, please adhere to the rules and regulations of the lockdown as set out by government. We don't want you to become a statistic. Stay safe, stay at home. Until then, God bless you. I thank you.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Says So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I want to entertain this issue of Usesi Omphile Maotwe. The deputy president is gone, and the CIC has decided he's not going to appoint an acting deputy president, of which I think is a good move. Because like he said, once you appoint someone as acting deputy president, they go into the conference with the expectation that people are going to elect him, or they're going to for sure get that position. So I think it was a very good strategic move by Julius Silo Malema to say, let everyone start on equal playing field. Nobody's acting. Nobody's acting. I will take care of the business from the president's office. And then you guys on the ground, you have to decide who is going to be your deputy president. And I think these talks must happen now. I don't think it's something that the EFF fighters must shy away. You know, there's so many names that we can speak about that can get into that position. Actually, I'm lying when I say there's so many names. There's a handful of names. 3 to 4 people that can get into that position, and the EFF is not spoiled for choice when it comes to who has the quality, the texture, the material to be deputy president. Most of them, they can be leaders in their own rights, but deputy president, especially filling the shoes of Floyd Shivambu, is not going to be an easy one. It needs someone who is up for the task. And I believe that if Omphile Maotwe changes some gears, sit down with your boy King, and your boy King can look at her in the eyes and say, "Sis Omphile, this is your time to shine."
And no one can tell you not to protest. That's why correctly you say the courts dismissed the application by the DA, because it's in the constitution. Unless if Ramaphosa and Bekikele and DA and everybody, they've got a new constitution that we don't know of. But the constitution that we know, which was agreed to, which is actually a good thing, because it means those who came before us, they anticipated that there should be and there will be this protest in future, and they must be protected. We are citizens. We are saying enough is enough. We are tired of load shedding. We are tired of being told when to eat, when to sleep, when to party, when to go shopping, because literally the government is now detecting what must happen. When they say load shedding starting at 2, you already have to work around that 2 o'clock. So you should have cooked, you should have made milk for kids, you should have made food for everybody, and you should go to bed. That's wrong. And we are saying, because now it's become permanent in our lives, it's something that we cannot accept, and we mustn't accept as South Africans, but also...
Now, Usis Omphile is not a person that you still have to build. Nah, it's not a leader. Remember, this is a leader that has been there since the beginning of the EFF. She was there when they launched their first conference, or when they launched the EFF. I believe it was in Soweto. She was there. Omphile was there every step. She's the Treasurer General currently. And she's the lady that handles the financial reports of the EFF. So she knows the EFF better than most of these leaders. You understand what I'm trying to say? And one thing again is that you're not going to ask her to, you're not going to inject confidence in her. She already has. You're not going to inject aggression in her. She already has. You're not going to say, be fearless, Omphile. She already is fearless. So it's something that she has to mentally take that decision to say, man, let me put myself in this position. Even though you don't win, sometimes running the race gives you the experience that you need. And I honestly think that, hey, they might need to take a woman into that position. A strong woman. Not just a woman for the sake of gender equality and nonsense. But a strong woman. I think Omphile Maotwe is that person. And I want to see what you guys are saying about her. One of the things that that stood out for me when I was watching Usis Omphile was when she was dealing with Usis Koleka. When Usis Koleka was the acting public protector, and she was busy with the interviews. The way Usis Omphile dealt with that little girl, really, for me, everything that she said made sense. It made sense, you know, and it gave me that confidence to say, but this is a sober-minded, very well educated and politically sound-minded leader, Usis Omphile Maotwe.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, what is more disturbing about the acting PP is that she knew she had ambitions to apply for the position of the PP, and she accepted to act on it, and knowing very well that she wants to take over that office. The reason why the PP's term is 7 years and non-renewable is specifically such that you don't have ambitions of coming to continue. So if I were her, an honest person, she should have said, I've got ambitions to take this position and therefore I cannot act. And even worse, Chair, she takes responsibility of overseeing an investigation into the Palapala farm when she knows that the primary person of interest in that case is the President of the Republic. Now, there's something called quid pro quo, something like that. A favor for a favor. So if I find this person that he has not done wrong, it's a favor I'm doing in return, he must then do me a favor by appointing me. That is the what has been created out there, Chair. She's not an honest person. We asked her about the cash transaction, which she says it was not part of the mandate. But when she was doing interviews, she said there was definitely a sale transaction. She even cited that she had an invoice and that. So she's not different from the one who came before her, who said we need to contextualize matters. So I think because of her dishonesty, which came out very clearly, I mean, her report on page 11 and 241, which is what I cited to her, clearly says that there was a private cash transaction. And it's evident in what she also said in her interviews on TV. I mean, it's all over. Comrades can go and check it. So when the situation is like this, she says this. When the situation changes, she says a different thing. So a person like that is far much more dangerous for a young democracy of our country that we have. So she's got a cloud hanging over her head, Chair. And to give her the office of the PP with the cloud hanging over her head, it's suicidal. But also, it's something that we, all of us, have got a duty to say, not in our names, not in our country. We have a young democracy. We have a duty to protect this democracy. And a person who comes across as following where the wind goes is not suitable. So, as a result, Chair, we do not support Advocate Allen. Thank you.
Now, Julius Malema, for his character, he does not need someone that is going to compete with him for the public. You understand what I'm saying? That's why Floyd Shivambo was doing lectures and doing this and that. He was pairing nicely with Julius Malema. So the lucky thing about the EFF is that Julius has got the X factor. The person that is going to be deputy president does not have to be loud like him. He will be loud on himself. But the person that must be deputy president must be able to accompany him and make sure that the deputy president can protect the CIC. You need a protector there. You understand what I'm saying, guys? And you need someone like Omphile Maotwe who knows politics in and out. Especially who knows the EFF in and out. The question is that, does she have that thing, that fire in her to say, listen, let me go. Let me go for this thing. Let me fight. And she won't be fighting only for herself, because I call Omphile Maotwe the reincarnation of Mama Winnie Madikizela. I put her on that pedestal, Omphile. That's how much I respect and love that woman. There's some of you who have heard me speak about her in the past. You guys know how much I adore actually that woman. I met her here when she was here in Kimberley. I didn't get a chance to speak with her. I was so sad. Because she's one of those people that I would love to interview. I would love to interview because I think for me as a Pan-Africanist, there's more that I can take out of the interview or out of her in the interview than some of this interview that she has already had. I think she had one with the EFF podcast. But for me, when she speaks, let me play another video where she speaks about Cyril Ramaphosa, and look at the fire. Look at Omphile. Just look at this woman and tell me if this woman is not written deputy president all over her.
Why don't we focus the attention, perhaps, for a start, on those members of parliament, those chair of committees like Mosebenzi Zwane, who are implicated in this report. What are you going to do as MPs about their continued stay in parliament when such a report is going to be processed? Are they not conflicted?
All of them are conflicted, starting from the president of this republic. There's a Pala farm gate scandal, big scandal, money laundering, kidnapping, bribing, torturing a domestic worker, GBV, right in the house of the president. We are holding the President Ramaphosa accountable. When I walked in here, you were joking to Snawo saying, why is he misbehaving in Parliament? It is our duty as members of Parliament to hold the executive accountable. It does not matter who it is. Let's start with the President. Leave Msebenzi Zwane. He's got no power, none whatsoever.
He leads a committee.
The President
He
of
leads
the
a
country,
parliamentary chair.
the President of the country, who's overseeing the entire millions of the people of this country, has got a bigger scandal in the history of democracy in South Africa. None of you are speaking about it. There's a video now.
No, you can't say none of us are speaking about it.
Okay, that's fine.
You can't say. Instead, you should be saying, what are we doing in Parliament to hold them to account?
No, but you saw what the EFF is doing. You want us to repeat what we were doing. The first day we said to Ramaphosa that you're not going to speak here because there are allegations against you. Now the same president, there's a video that is circulating. He had a meeting there at Angola saying that one of President of South Africa is not as good as me being the President of Angola. I'm going to send that video to you. You must play it there for the country to see what the president is saying. He says being the president of this country is a side hustle. What is more important is being the president of Angola. That's the president that the people of South Africa elected in 2019.
Please share that video now that you've said it publicly.
Yes.
I'm sure South Africans would want to see
and
that.
Please play it and please put it on newsroom.
Such a fearless woman. Such a fearless woman. EFF is blessed to have this woman, I'm telling you. Is blessed. We can go to many other parties. Which woman can you name from the Patriotic Alliance? Name one woman. Patriotic Alliance. Who you can say, wow, this is a leader in the PA. Like in the DA, is there someone like that? Action Excel? The PAC, is there such a leader there? Is there? Compare caliber to caliber, material to material. It's very difficult to find great female leaders strong in politics than such in the caliber of Omphile Maotwe. So I love her so much. For me, she's one of these people. I'm going to cover her name leading to the conference, even if she does not run for that position. I think, she does not only owe it to herself. She's been there from the beginning. She's been there from the beginning. She owes it to other women to show women that it is possible. I mean, it is an opportunity for her to make history. And for her, it's not for the sake of history and gender balancing, like I said. She really has the qualities to be there. And I hope this video will reach some of these leaders of the EFF and they can have this type of dialogue about Omphile. Really, I love that woman. I want that woman. I want that woman to be one of the greatest politicians that we have, and she's moving ever so slightly into that direction. Understand? But now it is time for her to stand up. It is time for her to stand up. And when we are talking about leaders of the EFF that might go, I'm going to talk, of course, about Marshall Dlamini. I'm still waiting to see what is going on with Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. I'll speak about all of them. But in speaking about all of them, I will not be comparing them at all. I'll be speaking about one leader and I'll be speaking about their strength and their weaknesses and everything leading to the conference in December. For me, I think that is the most healthiest way, just to speak about. You say, listen, this person has these advantages and these disadvantages, the pros and cons of their political ideology and everything. But also remembering that it must be the best pairing with Julius. It must not just be a person. And so you will hear my thoughts when I speak about those people, the potential people. It's only going to be 3 or 4, because you're going to have a problem if 5 people are running for deputy president. Then there's something wrong with your party, according to me. But if there's 2 or 3 people, then it makes sense. It makes sense because their office must also be respected. Their office must be respected. And that person must be fearless to know that the person must come in to say, listen, I see Floyd's shoes, but I'm picking them and putting them aside because I am writing my own legacy. The person has to have that type of mentality, because they will always be compared to Floyd, because Floyd was the first deputy president, and they call it the best pairing with him and Julius Malema. But if they work and they work cleverly, Omphile Maotwe, I think, will be the best pairing for the CIA. CIC. You guys will tell me on the comment section. Like I said, you can even suggest other names that you want me to talk about in the EFF. I'm gonna talk about them. I'm not gonna shy away. I'm not an EFF member. I love the EFF. I vote for the EFF, but some of us, the membership does not hold us back from speaking. So I'm gonna speak about everyone that I want to speak about, and I wish them all the best, because the publicity is gonna be good for the EFF. Share these videos so that these videos can trend and the EFF can be seen in a greater light. Like I said, I'm not gonna compare people. When I speak about one person, I'll speak about one person. So you guys tell me, what do you think about Usis Omphile Maotwe? Think about it before you answer the question on the comment section. Think about it. Just think about it. Go and watch some videos. Take your time and share this video so other people can share their opinion. Omphile Maotwe, Deputy President. It has a ring on it. It has a ring on it. Omphile. Wow. I like it. Thank you so much, guys, for everyone that has supported the Pan-Africanist School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture, PASETA. The PASETA family is all around South Africa. We are in Mozambique, we are in Namibia, we are everywhere. Thank you so much for everyone for sending your messages of encouragement. We appreciate it so much. We are working so hard behind the scenes, guys. You guys are gonna start seeing something that we're going to be releasing for public viewing and everything. So be ready for PASETA. PASETA is growing in the background. Not everything we're going to put it in the light until it is done. Understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't want to ruin your plan by being too excited. And me now, I'm always excited. So at least I've got a team that always hushes me down, say, King, don't say this, say this. Wait, let's finish this first. So I'm very blessed to have the team that I have in PASETA. So until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.